Southern California, not a good trip for you guys. 2 losses. I know after kind of the start, you had the ties, and they go on the road. Not what you wanted. So, what did you guys see from both of those games that just didn't go right? Obviously, with the contest, it was LA that put up the 5 goals. But just what didn't go right for you guys?
Well, they were a good team. They're definitely by far the best team we've played. The way they play, they want to score first. They're very defensive. They want to score first. And once they get that first goal, they really kind of sit into a shell, and it's tough to break them down, and then you're pushing numbers forward, and then, you're kind of leaving yourself exposed at the back. So we outplayed them for the first 15, 20 minutes, didn't get a goal. They ended up scoring first, and then, it just fit right into their game plan, kind of got out of hand.
Could you scoot up just so that noise and hear the fan, and you
Yes.
move the mic a little closer to you just to make sure they get you on there? Thank you. What, after the wins, the ties, going down there, you guys know that this is a tough soccer conference, but what did you learn about your guys' team, with those 2 losses? What do you guys, kind of start thinking about now?
Well, we turn around and we go right back down to San Diego this weekend. So obviously we need to, improve our traveling, start to finish. We didn't, we've been pretty comfortable at home. That was with the exception of just kind of a 1-day trip to Sonoma State. This was our first real road trip, and traveling out of here is really hard. We drive all the way down to San Fran and then fly to LA, and I think that took a toll on us, and we didn't do what we need to do. So we have 2 more road trips this year. The first and foremost being this weekend, all the way down to San Diego. So we need to improve, and we need to get some results down there.
Having to do this for the second straight week, how will you prepare the second time around for the Southern California trip?
Well, hydrating, getting your homework done early, trying to be as late as, you don't want to have you want to have the least amount of stress down there as you can. You don't want to be having to cram in homework and, stuff like that. Just being mentally ready down there, really approaching it as, we always say it's a business trip. Not getting distracted by anything else, just from the minute we leave Arcata, just all the way down there focusing on getting a result.
Some teams, when they have success, but then they, lose a couple. Some teams might worry, panic. But how do you guys, how do you guys stay focused, for this week?
I would say, if you look at the standings, we're 1 or 2 results from being right where, we want to be. And, this past weekend was unfortunate, but we did play 2 teams that are typically 2 of the better teams in our conference. So, if we take a step back and we look at the games that we have to play, and we, can get results from those games, we still have a good chance of accomplishing our goals.
Talked to the women's coach, and Paul was saying that the field at San Marcos a little smaller than
Yeah.
you guys are used to playing on. Does that get into your guys' head at all? Do you just go there and just play, or is it kind of in your thoughts a little bit?
It can definitely affect how you play. It is smaller. I would say more of it can be a little bumpy there too. I would say that's kind of more, from my perspective, that's more of a big deal than necessarily the size. Each team has their home, their field, their advantage. We love our field. It's turf. We know how the ball's going to bounce. Our field's relatively pretty big, so we can spread teams out. But yeah, it can go into how you set up for a game, the size of the field for sure, and knowing that they know their field well, so they're gonna have a good idea of what to do down there.
After falling 5-1, and then on Sunday, the 1-goal defeat. From score-wise, it showed that your defense, played a lot better. Did you see that? Did you kind of correct the things maybe that happened on that Friday game and have it on Sunday?
We're definitely better defensively in the second game. You know, the first game it was 5-1. You know, I mean, we pulled a few of our starters relatively early against LA, so you know, I don't necessarily think that they were 4 goals better than us. You know, and obviously our starters played basically the whole game against Dominguez, so it's more kind of indicative that, you know, we only got scored on once. So yeah, I mean, it was an improvement, but when you don't score, it doesn't really matter, to be honest.
All right, anything else you'd like to add?
No.
All right.